92% of Israelis now believe Iran won the war. That is not a fringe opinion. That is the finding of a major new poll from Hebrew University of Jerusalem. The same survey found that 83% of Israelis say the campaign weakened their country's long-term security, and 86% feel negative about the outcome. This is not a small sample. This is the Israeli public speaking clearly. Let us go back to February 2026. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu launched what he called a decisive war on Iran. The objectives seemed clear: dismantle Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs, bring about the collapse of the Iranian government. The United States joined the campaign. It looked like a coordinated two-front pressure strategy. But something went wrong. What went wrong? Iran did not collapse. Tehran did not surrender. Instead, Iran absorbed the strikes, retaliated through its regional networks, and kept negotiating. By June 2026, the United States signed an agreement with Iran. Negotiations continue in Switzerland right now. For Israel, this deal is seen as a betrayal. The war ended not with Tehran's surrender, but with Washington cutting a deal. The Hebrew University poll captures the emotional fallout. Researchers surveyed a representative sample of Israeli society. The results are devastating for the government narrative. Almost all Israelis believe Iran won. The phrase "Iran won the war" is now mainstream in Israeli discourse. This is not anti-government activists speaking. This is the general public. 83% say the campaign weakened Israel's long-term security. Think about what that means. The war was supposed to make Israel safer. It was supposed to remove the Iranian threat. Instead, Israelis now feel less secure than before the war started. Iran's nuclear program was not destroyed. Iran's ballistic missiles were not eliminated. The Iranian government is still in power. The war achieved none of its stated objectives. 86% feel negatively about the outcome. That is an overwhelming majority. When 9 out of 10 citizens disapprove of a war's result, that is a political earthquake. For Netanyahu, this is a direct repudiation of his strategy. He staked his legacy on this war. He promised victory. The Israeli public now says he failed. The political consequences will be severe. But here is what the headlines skip. The war was not just a military failure. It was also a strategic disaster for Israel's position in the region. Iran emerged from this conflict diplomatically stronger. The US-Iran deal legitimizes Tehran as a negotiating partner. Countries that stayed neutral during the war now see Iran as the side that survived American and Israeli pressure. That changes the regional calculus. Let us look at what Iran actually gained. First, Iran proved its military resilience. Israeli and American strikes did not cripple its nuclear program. Second, Iran kept its regional proxy networks intact. Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, the Houthis in Yemen. None collapsed. Third, Iran secured a diplomatic agreement with the United States. That deal gives Tehran economic relief and political recognition. Israel got none of these things. Israel's losses are equally clear. The Israeli military spent billions on the campaign. Hundreds of soldiers were killed or wounded. International sympathy that Israel enjoyed after October 7th has eroded. The war was seen as aggressive, not defensive. And now the Israeli public knows it failed. The psychological impact on Israeli society cannot be overstated. A nation that prided itself on military invincibility has been humbled. For the United States, this is also complicated. Washington joined the war expecting a quick victory. Instead, it got a prolonged conflict and eventually had to negotiate with Tehran. The US-Iran deal is seen by Israeli hardliners as a betrayal, but American strategists likely calculated that the war was unwinnable at acceptable cost. So Washington cut its losses. Israel was left holding the bag. Now let us talk about what this means for Pakistan. Pakistan has long watched Israeli-Indian cooperation with concern. India and Israel have deepened military and intelligence ties. A weaker Israel reduces the threat posed by that axis. Iran emerging stronger from this war also benefits Pakistan. Tehran and Islamabad share interests in Afghanistan, in regional stability, and in countering Indian influence. A diplomatically ascendant Iran is better for Pakistan than a cornered, desperate Iran. There is another layer here. The poll suggests that the Israeli public now understands something their leaders do not want to admit. Military force alone cannot solve political problems. Iran was not defeated because Iran had diplomatic options, regional allies, and strategic patience. Israel had military superiority, but no political strategy. That mismatch is what the poll captures. It is a lesson for every country that relies solely on hard power. What happens next? The political fallout in Israel will be severe. Netanyahu faces calls for a commission of inquiry. Opposition leaders are demanding answers. Early elections look increasingly likely. Iran, meanwhile, will use its new diplomatic position to push for broader regional influence. The US-Iran deal may include provisions on Yemen, on Iraq, and on sanctions relief. Israel will be left watching from the sidelines. For the Muslim world, this is a moment to study carefully. Iran survived a coordinated American-Israeli campaign. That is rare in modern history. Most countries that face such pressure collapse or surrender. Iran did neither. The reasons are complex: a decentralized power structure, deep regional networks, and diplomatic patience. These are lessons worth understanding. The balance of power in the Middle East has shifted, and a new poll from Hebrew University just confirmed it. 92% of Israelis say Iran won. That number will shape Israeli politics for years. It will affect how Israel approaches Iran going forward. It will influence American strategy in the region. And it confirms what many analysts suspected. The war on Iran was a strategic failure. The poll does not lie. The Israeli public has spoken. Now the question is whether their leaders will listen.
Like the report, subscribe for more, and share the story.